What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 29 of my Total Warhammer II modded Throgg campaign. So as we saw last time, we have finally declared a war on the vampires, mostly due to them being extremely annoying and taking our expensive cities, i.e. capitals like Kislev. So now we are going to try and destroy them, although we have done a fairly good job of destroying them already, as last episode many a vampire fell to Throgg's maul. Now, we do still have Manny remaining here, because being a coward as Manny is, he decided to go for the undefended hell pit instead of try his hand at defeating Throgg. Obviously he would not have succeeded at that, but he could have at least tried while the rest of his vampire lords died. Isn't that just like him? Anyway, Hell Pit has not been raised quite yet, so what we should probably do is try to book it over there in March stance. I feel that we should be able to defeat this army regardless of whether we're in March or not, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna move out here. That's going to absolutely cripple our income, but it will allow us to approach Manny fairly close. And the good thing about that is that A, we should still be in our own territory. There we go, so we should still heal to full. B, if Manny decides to raise Hell Pit this turn, his army is guaranteed to die right here because he won't be able to move away. So basically the AI is going to have to make a choice here. Whether it wants to destroy a level 1 damaged settlement with nothing in it and lose its only remaining army out here, or whether it wants to run away and leave it alone. Now Kislev is also quite hurt. Will Dieter be able to take it out by himself? It's possible. We don't have many troops in here. And if he raises dead, there will probably be a lot of possible units here, as somebody has commented that the likelihood... Although I don't see a battle site. Although the battle site, I guess, is Kislev itself, so maybe we wouldn't see it. Either way... this is kind of concerning. What we could do is summon a temporary lord here, just in case. And if it works, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then that's just fine. I.e., it's not fine if it doesn't work. It's fine if they don't attack it. We just delete the lord after. This is going to hurt our income, but I think we can tank it for one turn or so. The only question is what kind of lord to summon. Which one would help the most here? Melee attack, rampage, probably not one of these guys. Honestly, I guess we'll just go for another Pathfinder. Just to try to range attack the lords. I mean, none of the others will probably do anything for us. You won't have an army, so Handsome won't help. If there was somebody that could hurt the leadership of an enemy, that would be swell, but that doesn't look like an option. Yeah, I'll just take you, I guess. Doesn't really matter which one of you. There we go. Now we're going to be at 4... It's not too bad. We'll delete you next turn, so it won't matter that much. Okay, then we will go for... I guess... wait. Trophies gives us a debuff. You know what? Yeah, let's do trophies. As well as... Yeah, Warhorse, Flow of Battle, so we could get away. Root Muncher won't help us. Dominating Presence will, though. If we need it. Now, Thrill of the Hunt... does what exactly? Let's see, imbued, ooh. Maybe we don't bother with dominating presence, or don't bother with flow of battle, and just go for trophies and then into thrill of the hunt. Because you might be able to do more damage that way. Alright, let's do that then. Let's go Warhorse, trophies, and let's see, reload time reduction, missile strength. I guess we're gonna go missile strength because you won't have enough of a battle line to hold if you need to. Actually, we could do both. Ammunition, yeah, you don't really need the extra ammunition. Missile resistance, melee attack, yeah, no, just go for Seasoned Huntsman as well as Thrill of the Hunt, and nothing else here is probably all that useful. So I guess it's Dominating Presence. I would like Flow of Battle, but we probably need the extra leadership. There we go. You, stay here, buddy. Try to defend against this, see if you can. And we're not going to build anything because Throgg is coming right back here next turn. Or, you know what, he'll probably go after all this stuff and then come back here. We still need to raise all this stuff anyway, so that certainly works for me. Now that Throgg has moved, Surtha Ek, he also needs to move right here into the Mysterious Island, which I imagine is what? Is it a battle or is it not a battle? It is not a battle. Okay, shiny boots and fresh recruits, favorable wind, and then we'll go into the Skull Island. That'll be a nice cinematic battle. Finally going to be able to make use of these Marauder Horsemasters, see how they perform in a Skull Island battle. And then... Yeah, what I was thinking is maybe we take Cirtha and then go all the way up here through all this stuff, land at the Altar of Spawns, move out to the Winter Pyre, go after more of this stuff that's in the sea here, and then land all the way at the Goromadni tribe and just start sacking them. Somebody suggested we sack farm them, and I feel like that's probably the best idea, because we're probably never going to go bother dealing with the Hmong that are in the north. And these guys are the only option. The only other problem here is that the dwarves are still alive. Let's see. If we declare war on them, we need to wait 4 turns. Okay, so say we kill Manny, raise this, go up here, raise that, and then destroy the dwarves with Throgg. That'll prevent them from attacking us later. It'll also prevent them from killing the Goromadni tribe, which we don't want. I think that's what we'll do. Probably shouldn't have pieced out with them, but I didn't want them to attack us. Anyway, in the meantime, I guess we're going to end the turn. Probably don't need to upgrade anything. Damage buildings we don't really care about. Summon upgrade available, can't afford it. And we just should check our... I've already moved you guys. Okay. Moved the tech stealers, so we're good. Let's go over here. Let's see what happens. This wouldn't be necessary if Ostermark was to move before... or, wait, is this Ostland? If they were to move before... Hey. Maddie, you want peace now, huh? After losing all those vamps? Oh, poor Manny. Search ruins against Prague. Oh, no, he's gonna run away. Interesting. And gonna go into ambush somewhere. Well, that's kind of annoying, because you might have to stay here. Damn, maybe we should have built some troops here instead. Oh, no, it looks like that army was actually destroyed by the Ostermark people. Beautiful. Alright, ambusher discovered. Yeah, lovely. You're still alive. Savage Blow. Charge bonus for everybody. Well, that's going to be swell for Cirtha, who's about to have a real good time with it. I guess we're going to keep going for trophies of battle for the Grove here. Don't bother taxing the province. Throgg. Where is Manny? That's not Manny. Where the hell did Manny... Manny, you coward, where are you? Damn it. Where did he go now? He ran away. Oh, he's right here. He is right here, and he had to go into march stance to do that. Alright, Manny. Let's kill you, shall we? I didn't want to go here until later, but ooh, we're gonna make this a cinematic battle, mostly because I want to see Throgg fight Manny, but the rest of this should be relatively easy, but I think we'll wait on that. I want to do the Cirtha Egg battle first, just because I feel like it'll be more fun. It'll be a little bit different than the Throgg fights are, just because he has all of these fast-moving units, and this meme army, I really want to see it perform, so let's get to it. There you go, Cirtha. Let's see how you manage. If he gets too hurt, we'll just stop by in the Monolith of Catan and, you know, repair. All right, raid the Cove. There we go. Ooh, looks like a fairly even battle. Let's see, a Rampager's Standard. I guess this has to go on Cirtha himself for the extra charge bonus. He's at 169 now. Nowhere near the 300 to 500 that I want. For no reason other than meme. And let's see, a couple Standards of Discipline. Who has low leadership here? We got about even on the chariots at 74-ish, 73. Horsemen are 67. I guess we could buff up the horsemen. We got 60 on the ice wolves, and 66 on the hounds. Interesting. Oh, it's because these guys are higher level. I guess we could put them on these guys. Although... yeah, but they're probably more likely to take so much damage that they escape. But on the other hand, they're also not going to be able to deal out as much damage as everybody else will. You know what, Squid? We're going to put these on the horsemen, I guess. Let's do that. I'll think about it later. Anyway, let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. Not the debut of the giant pile of chariots, though the chariot line certainly looks nice, but it is the debut of the giant pile of Marauder Horsemasters. We're really excited to see how these guys perform. They do have fairly decent buffs already, although of course we have only I don't remember how many points we have in the red line, actually. I don't think they're complete, but they could be. But they're definitely not rank 7, so they're not leveled up. And I would like to get some of them some contact effects later as well. Anyway, let's see how they perform. Gonna get that first volley into... Let's see how much one damage... One volley honestly doesn't do all that much damage to the Rotting Leviathan, but that we have to keep in mind that these guys are very, very fast, and that the enemy would have to actually chase them down to do anything to them, which, if they run out of range units, is just not going to be possible, or at least not until they run out of ammo. Remembering the annoyance of cav spam, or range cav spam, especially in the historical titles. Fun. Alright, now the biggest threats on the field are not, in fact, the... Oh, look at this. We got our first Gehenna's Golden Hounds going out on the field. But biggest threat is going to be the Depth Guard. The Chariots are really, really not good at dealing with these guys, especially the Depth Guard with polearms. They even have a little... They even have zombie mobs with polearms. That's obviously not going to be very good for the Chariots. You can see these guys were at max speed, and they nonetheless were stopped in the midst of their charge by the Depth Guard with polearms. Definitely going to be an issue, especially as they should be able to trap these Chariots fairly easily. The rest should be able to make it through, especially these weaker units, but let's see just how far. Alright, more Depth Guard over here. These guys appear to be getting through them, but I think that's mostly because the Depth Guard are trying to chase down the Marauder Horse Masters instead. The non-Depth Guard are getting absolutely wrecked, though, because they don't have the mass or the charge resistance that these guys do. Or that the Depth Guard do, rather. There we go. Or knockback resistance, I should say, not so much. I mean, they do have charge resistance as well, at least the polearm units do. Let's see, this charge worked the best into the Zombie Pirate Gunnery Mob, and that's not surprising at all. We are going to get the most value out of charging into the range units, but unfortunately, since we don't have a melee line, we do have to charge the melee units as well. So, yeah, Chariots, you got your work cut out for you, but fortunately... all of this time is time that... Okay, see, these guys are trapped. Anyway, as is time that the Marauder Horse Masters will be pelting these guys. And down goes one of our Chariots that got trapped. And, yeah, not surprising in the least. Looks like this one can't get out either. I do believe I spammed the J/get the hell out of there key. But a few of them do drop, so... this one, very, very badly damaged. It did charge 2 units of Depth Guard. And let's see, Surtha Ek is all the way back here. I did try to tell him to charge the enemy lord, but he's also not particularly good at fighting in melee, to be perfectly honest. And I think he actually got stopped by a single Depth Guard unit, is just sort of sitting there. Everybody else has made it through the first line, and let's see how much damage we've dealt. Not a crazy amount, and plus it's kind of hard to separate how much damage the Chariots dealt as opposed to the amount of damage dealt by the fire incoming from the Marauder Horse Masters. They're not actually doing a crazy amount of damage to the enemy unarmored polearm zombies either. I think that if we had Marauder Hunters with javelins, they would be doing a lot more. But then once again, that's fair enough because they can't kite nearly as well. We also have our doggos running around the back trying to destroy the enemy range units, which I suppose is a job that could have been given over to the Chariots. But, yeah, we need the doggos in here to chase a little bit as well. Plus, they do help out with their Vanguard stance. The Chariots, unlike the doggos and the Horse Masters, do not have the Vanguard deployment, so that's a little bit unfortunate. The Rotting Leviathan has taken about, what, 33% damage? Maybe a little bit less. That is purely to range fire from the Horse Masters. The Horse Masters, conversely, are basically completely unharmed, unlike the Chariots, which have taken damage. Let's speed it back up. I do enjoy watching the Ice Wolves in combination with the Ice Wolf Chariots. It's always fun to watch. Very, very nicely thematic. Although the Ice Wolves obviously don't have a very good time when getting wrecked by... man, that's a lot of them dropping fast. Depth Guard versus Ice Wolves. Every single hit seems to bring one down. Ouch. Obviously, we gotta get them out of there. Can't be fighting those guys. Gotta try to push them away. And what the hell was that debuff? Huh. I'm not entirely sure what that was, but they glowed for a second there. And once again, our Marauder Hunters, or Marauder Hunt, now I'm just referring to the Horse Masters as Hunters. They're still unharmed. And just chucking those javelins all over the place. They're still doing a pretty good job. We see a lot of these zombies still dropping. Alrighty, how are the chariots doing? Look, another charge directly into the depth guard, and I think I told these guys to charge them directly instead of moving through and past them, just to see how it would compare. It looks like still not enough damage despite the added bonus to the charge, but obviously the chariots aren't leveled up quite yet, so we're hopefully gonna get a little bit stronger there. Yeah, and then it's really hard to get out afterwards. I'm definitely thinking that against this sort of army, the Horse Masters are going to be a lot better. And that's not surprising. What we could have actually done is waited and not charged the chariots until a lot more damage had been dealt, and then charged them later, especially when the army had gone into... had become more separated as they tried to chase down the chariots. But the thing there is that the enemy army also has a fairly decent amount of range units, and I wanted those gone before they did too much damage to the Horse Masters as well, because they're not super resistant to the range fire there. And the doggos had to come out to play in addition to the regular chariots. And there we go. Surtha Ek actually taking quite a lot of damage here, and he's ready to rout. He did decent amounts of damage to the Rotting Leviathan as well, but not nearly enough because he did get surrounded by those Depth Guard. The Depth Guard are really being a problem here, and now it looks like the Rotting Leviathan is going to try to chase down our Metal Caster, who I don't remember. I didn't order him to turn. It looks like he got stuck. Probably got engaged into combat by the Depth Guard with polearms again. Once again, a bit unfortunate, but we should be able to get him out of there because he's not really blocked in. And let's see how the rest of the battle is going. Most of the enemy units are very, very low now, even if so are our chariots. Many of our chariots have actually gone off the field now, and all of them are very, very heavily damaged. Charging into the Depth Guard, not something that we'll want to repeat again. But hey, it's a live and learn sort of thing. We do have to adapt to the way that this meme army works, and it looks like it's going to work a lot through Marauder Horse Masters annoying the enemy, or at least more so than the chariots directly doing damage with their charges. Maybe they'll get better when we level them up, we will see. Fortunately, the Horse Masters are certainly pulling their weight, and the enemy army should be destroyed. We are running out of ammunition on them, but the Marauder Horse Masters, fortunately, are also anti-infantry when in melee, so they should be able to do quite a bit of damage. And it looks like the Rotting Leviathan will crumble any second now, having been damaged by Surtha in combination with all those javelins coming in, so... Oh, poor little fella trying to crawl through snow. Some more javelins coming in. And he should be dropping now. There we go. Poor little guy. I find those hermit crab monsters adorable for some reason. Anyway, let's see. It looks like the enemy army is actually still in stable binding and not crumbling, surprisingly enough. That's going to be an issue because we're basically out of ammo on all of our Horse Masters. We actually have to get a charge going into the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mob with our Horse Masters, who are now going to act as melee. Let's see how much damage they deal. I did tell all the other Horse Masters to retarget this Depth Guard unit, just to see how fast these Marauder Horse Masters would be able to bring down these guys. And I didn't mean to speed it up. Let's see, they're at 41. Okay, yeah, they're dropping very, very fast here. But now because they're disintegrating, so we can't really tell how much damage they dealt. Here comes another charge. It looks like with those units dropping, the entire army will disintegrate. Unfortunately, Surtha couldn't... Oh, it's a Spirit Leech. Unfortunately, Surtha couldn't quite kill the Admiral, but that's okay. All the Horse Masters will pick up the slack, and hopefully one day they will ascend to the right of... being a chariot rider as opposed to a mere horse rider. There we go. Let's see how everybody performed at the end of the day. I expect very high damage from the Marauder Horse Masters as compared to the poor chariots who got wrecked by those Depth Guard. Alrighty, it was certainly an interesting fight testing out the meme army. I found that the chariots were not nearly as effective as the Horse Masters were, which is not surprising considering these guys have a fair amount of range damage to drop on. Every single one of them did better than the chariots, and ironically... Well, these two chariots did very poor. The problem with the chariots is that when we have no main line, we have to charge directly into melee units, like the depth guard, which are really, really good against chariots in particular. I think what I might do is delete 2 chariots and replace 2 of them with 2 more horse masters, so that we have 2 Ice Wolf chariots and 2 regular Marauder chariots, maybe. But I'll think about it. I want to see how this army performs against some other different types of armies first, just because the Depth Guard in particular are not a good matchup, especially when we're charging directly into them. We saw several of the chariot units get trapped by the Depth Guard with pole arms, and that is exactly what we don't want. But yeah, once again, we have to consider this a little bit differently than we would as with a line of infantry to enable us to charge into the backs of enemy units. Because essentially what's happening is the Marauder Ice Wolf chariots and the regular chariots are acting as frontliners here. And that's not really what you want for chariots, especially not ones with a great amount of mass. The Ice Wolf chariots do still seem to have that minor bug where they can't pick up speed properly, where they sort of walk away and do things sometimes, but not always. It's a little bit off. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Anyway, we'll have to experiment with this army some more either way. So let's sacrifice the captives because we need the money for now. Get a little bit of money as well. Oh yes, a Tormentor sword. That is a great pickup. You have a Shrieking Blade right now, which is also decent, but we can put Tormentor's sword on your mage just so that he can get away. I love to have a Tormentor sword in every single army. In fact, Wulfric should theoretically have one as well. Do we give the Tormentor's sword to Wulfric's mage instead? What is Wulfric? Alright, he has a Sword of Torgold. We could give it to Tavi. The thing about Wulfric's army is he has the Marauder Hunters, so he can definitely make use of those guys. On the other hand, Sirtha's army probably needs it more right now. On the other hand, Tormentor's sword gives a debuff to melee attack with its ability. Whereas most of these guys will probably not be into melee fighting, especially not a lot. This will probably benefit Wulfric's army a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure. You know what? We'll keep it for now, and we can always change it to somebody else later. Now, in the meantime, Sirtha Ek, you've leveled up. We are trying to get our buffs on the... Ooh, we still have not completed our buffs on the not the chariots, the Marauder Horse Masters either. Alright, well, let's keep doing that. Keep getting that charge in as well. Oh, right, Fury of the Hound will give us Rampage, though. That's a bit weak. But it's only at stage 3. Wait, I just realized this will never activate with Sirtha, will it? Because he's going to cycle charge like the rest of the chariots. So that makes this fairly useless, but... The charge, though. Is it worth it to take something else instead of charge? I mean, this could be used at any time. You don't have to be in melee. Same with the Sorcery of the Eagle. This would give him speed, I guess. And some melee defense and resistance, which I guess he does need, but he also really needs that charge. Just for fun, if nothing else. Poison attacks and regeneration might also be lovely. I'll have to think about this some more. Fireball on Sirtha is pretty darn useless, though. Yeah, it's not really that good. I love Dark Deceiver. It works really well for Sirtha in particular, but everything else is kind of meh. Okay, well, we'll see it as we go. Anyway, Sirtha, in the meantime, I guess you're going to land in the Monolith temporarily. I'm not going to delete any of these units yet, but I will keep the idea in mind. You heal up for a turn, and then we'll move you out into the Remnants of Battle, which should be an easy little auto-resolve, and then we'll keep moving. In the meantime, who else needs to do what? Wulfric, let's land you at Longhi. Right here. Yeah, you head out, buddy. You head out. Now, I'm thinking we should be able to build whalers here, right? Yes, we can. We can build Norscan whalers. Okay. In the meantime, you can upgrade this. Let's see. Whalers cost how much to build? Wait, what do you mean local is... Oh, okay, it's double local. This is the Wulfric local, not the local. Let's see. Whalers, where are you? Here you are. So let's see, your Juggernaut Anti-Large Stagger Shot Hybrid, but there are only 80 of you as compared to the 100 in the Marauder Hunters. Now, you guys have you guys have one of these, huh. So does Stagger Shot count as something that is applied? Because somebody said that the way that SFO currently works is that the on-contact effects override each other. But is Stagger Shot an on-contact effect? Or is it just the type of damage? I mean, not really a type of damage. It's more like an effect that attacks have, but not. It doesn't sound like it should be a non-contact effect. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I would like to get the Norscan Whalers another contact effect if this is not the case. No, it does seem like a non-contact effect now that I think about it, because it applies a debuff for 3 seconds, right? It doesn't actually stagger an enemy. It just, yeah. Probably won't be able to use it. I mean, that'll really limit what kind of buff we can get. But either way, let's get some of those Whalers in here. We can recruit, I believe, 3 per turn. So let's do that, shall we? 3 per turn it is. Okay, so let's delete you 3. I guess we could delete 2 of you and one of the Zerkers, because I did say I want 4 Berserkers in here, because we need room for at least 1 more Skinwolf unit, ideally a couple more Skinwolf units, as well as Mammoths and Whalers. Yeah, alright, this regular Berserker Mirage, just making sure that I'm not deleting the question askers, because they're now a named unit. Delete you guys. Whalers, you're gonna join in. Gotta find them again, unfortunately. That is... I went too far ahead. These guys. There we go. Missile strength. Their ammo's at 22. What's your guys' ammo's? It's the same. Okay, so that's perfect. And these guys will take 2 turns to recruit, which is just fine for me, because we have to wait here until the damned Longhouse is ready to go so that we can build the armored skin wolves out of this place into Wulfric's army. No mammoths as of yet, but we're getting there. And let's see. Wait, this will allow us to build a feral mammoth, but I don't really want feral mammoths in Wulfric's army. I want War Shrine mammoth in here at the very least, and then possibly another mammoth as well. And okay, so that's good for Wulfric. What else do we need to do before we head into the battle with Throgg? I just want to do the admin stuff first before we head into the said Throgg battle, just because you gotta space it out that way. Let's see, Norden, I guess you can build this, and Trollheim Mountains, you can build that. There we go. That is... we're okay in terms of cash.
Tribesmen, gather.
You are going to have to stay here. I'm a little bit concerned. We're going to attack Ostermark later anyway, even though they're kind of... I mean, the AI is in theory helping us with some of these things, but they're just going to take all these places, and that's going to be free stuff that we would normally be getting otherwise. So it is still annoying. Oh well. Let us consider... Actually, no, we can just attack. Screw it. Screw it. Let's go. I was about to use the mages to steal some more attack, but we're fine. Alrighty, now this is, yes, once again auto-resolvable, but I want to see Manny personally crushed into a pulp by Throggy boy, so we are going to have to make a cut here because the Sirtha battle was a cinematic one, so here it is. There we are, and let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. Should be an easy little battle against the forces of Manny, although we set it up a little bit differently than I usually do. We have the trolls in one corner, all together, and they are going to attack. Then we have the Fimir on the other flank, all together also and by themselves. Reason for this is I just wanted to see how the Fimir would perform in a fight, plus I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a preview of the all Fimir army that I plan to eventually eventually put together when we can make enough money to actually do so. And then finally, Tiny's over here by himself. He doesn't fit, but also he doesn't really need the support of anybody. He is a strong, independent giant, and he's gonna smash all those skeletons just by himself. And here we go. We also have our frostworms bringing up both flanks. Looks like one of them is going to get into a fight with the bats. And let's see, bats will be dropping left and right, but this is actually a reasonably okay matchup for the bats, I think, because it looks like they're doing a reasonably decent amount of damage, which is not surprising. If you're surrounded by a horde of many bats, they're of course going to do damage. Oh wow, 5 dropping with 1 hit, or was that 6? Pretty good. And let's see, only 4 that time. Come on. Kick it up. Oh, there we go. They're disintegrating now, and they're all dropping. There we go. And look, a purple Son of Zereus coming off of Manny, looks like. He's going to do some damage to the Fimir Stalkers, looks like. Most of them are getting back up, but I imagine that... Yeah, damage was clearly dealt there. About, wait, maybe 20%-ish HP off. Okay, Manny's still in the air, unfortunately, so Throgg's not going to be able to hunt him down until that's over. Fimir coming in, and they are going to get countercharged by a Vargulf. Okay, and it looks like the Vargulf is going to go straight for Jajura, who is the leader of the Fimir cohort of Throgg's army. And I think that's probably not a great matchup for Jajura. Oh, and it looks like Manny wants a piece as well. We are going to have to deal with this. Jajura won't survive being attacked by the Lord and the Vargulf, so we are going to send in our Frostworms to try to support it, at least until Throgg comes over here. You can see him moving away from the troll host just to try to attack Manny. In the meantime, Tiny's doing just fine. He is completely unhurt. He's slowly killing these skeleton spearmen who got an invocation of Nehek on them. Well, that's swell for them. It's not going to help them survive against Tiny. Here comes a smash. There we go. Honestly, I thought that these guys would go a little bit further from that hit than they did. But it's okay. Tiny's working on it. In the meantime, let's check out the trolls. Trolls are doing pretty good. We have our skinwolves actually getting attacked by bats by themselves, and it looks like they took quite a bit of damage. Like, check that out. That's, what? 33% HP, maybe a little bit more damage just by a unit of bats. It's a level 1 unit. Now, granted, these are unarmored skinwolves, but that's pretty damn impressive for how much damage the bats dealt to them. And that's before all the other units moved in. So that was bats solo against a fully leveled skinwolf unit who has something like 48 defense and 100 melee attack, or something silly like that. Or was that the Carnifex himself? I don't remember. But these guys do a lot of damage as well. And interestingly enough, the bats only have something like 23 melee attack, as I checked when they were fighting the wolves in my shock with regards to all that, and they still did quite a lot of damage. Possibly surprising. We're obviously going to run away from the Graveguard. No need to fight those guys. I actually had originally sent the Skinwolves out there so that they could destroy this corpse cart over here, but that's okay. If they can catch it by itself later, that's just fine. In the meantime, the trolls that are in the blob are going to annihilate anything that comes near them. I mean, nothing really stands a chance. We have taken a bit of damage to these Norsca Ice Trolls somehow. I think they were on the flank or they got charged by something nasty. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but all the other trolls should support them just fine. There we go. Well, we've seen plenty of trolls getting into blobs and destroying them thus far, so let's get back to the Fimir, shall we? Oh, damn it, I missed Manny going down. Throgg just wrecked his face so fast that I couldn't see it. Damn. Well, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that, guys. He'll probably come back by the time we get all the way down to Sylvania, so we'll see it again. Plus, this army wasn't really too much to see. And it looks like now Throgg is going to be fighting solo against a unit of Graveguard with great swords. I love the rusted look of the Graveguard. I like their models a lot more than I like the Tomb Guard. Well, maybe that's just me. And unfortunately for the AI, now that the Lord is dead, everybody starts crumbling. The Fimir are done with their portion of the army. It looks like minus this one little unit of zombies, with the help of our Frostworm to try to kill this corpse cart, which should honestly just disintegrate. Everybody's gonna die. The Cold Voider did manage to get a a vortex off somewhere, but I kept it away from the units. And oh right, he used the vortex near Tiny, and you can see Tiny's at about half HP, or at least you could a few seconds ago. Most of that was due to being standing in the vortex, as opposed to getting damaged by the skeletons that he was fighting. But other than that, no losses. Everybody did okay. Throgg wrecked Manny really, really fast, and nobody died. So there it is. Alrighty, there we go. Super easy little battle. Manny got wrecked by Throgg, of course, with no kind of... Oh, wow, he actually did a decent amount of damage, 18k. Although we saw a purple set of Zareas go down. We know that it hurt one of the Fimir units pretty badly. I think it was one of the Fimir Stalkers. So that is probably where a lot of that damage came from. He also, I imagine, would have gotten a breath off, although I don't remember if I saw it or not. Regardless, he still got wrecked by Throgg, who somehow did more damage despite the fact that he's a little bit more of a single target character. I mean, he still has the splash damage, obviously, but he was busy smacking Manny around, and then he was actually walking to Manny for a while, so still pretty good. I was really impressed with how much damage those bats did to our skin wolves, though. I would almost say shocked. Where's that unit of skin wolves? Yeah, these guys. They took quite a bit of damage. I mean, they healed up later, but nonetheless, bats, good job. Impressive. I mean, I gotta love the bats, especially after their use in the Arcan campaign. They're quite an effective unit, and I use them fairly often when I play the VC, so yeah. Anyway, everybody did about as well as each other. I think with the... It looks like the Norsca Ice Trolls did better than everybody else, and Friggastrek, well, the Cold Voider did quite a bit of damage as well. But I think a lot of that would have been out of the special ability that he had. I didn't bother using any breaths just because I thought that, you know, it would make it a little bit too easy. At least the Fimir had some fun. A little bit of a preview for when we have an all-Fimir army. Now, sacking this, not going to be worth it, so we are just going to go ahead and raise it for good. We'll raise it for the Hound because I do want to get a few Hound upgrades for our armies, so we might as well get that in there since we're not doing Serpent anymore, and we have Hound at 18, so Hound. And then next turn, when we raise one more for the Hound, we should be able to get him up to level 1 and start getting those Hound buffs in there. We got a free War Banner for ourselves. Defeated Manny. Wow, that's incredibly useless. That is one of the most useless traits ever. I mean, yeah, we'll get the 10% when fighting vampire counts, I guess, but they should have just made it plus 10%. I mean, it's only a buff against fighting vamps, that's really weak. And disappointing, but it's okay. Manny's a disappointment, so it, you know, it fits him. Go Vlad. Okay, now, let's see. Throgg, you leveled up your level 35. What did I want to get you next? I no longer remember, unfortunately. I believe I said I was going to go partially into the... Oh... We wanted to upgrade the Frost Worms. A little bit more armor, a little bit more attack, didn't we? I mean, if we ignore charge, and 30 charge is good. Damn, I remember I was calculating this last episode, but now I no longer remember what I wanted to do. So let's say 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, then we could pop 1 into 40. Do we get 2 points at level 40 or 1? Is it worth it to go for plus 15% from sacking? Is it really worth it? Alternatively, we could skip Devastating Charge and Hail of Teeth and just go for Lightning Strike. Does Throgg really need Lightning Strike, though? I feel like he doesn't. Throgg ain't afraid of no massive amounts of armies. You know what? I'm going to hold on to this point. I feel like at the end of the day, maybe I'll just go for Devastating Charge and Hail of Teeth and just... say screw it to the extra rating percentages. I don't know. We need the money, but on the other hand, if something is worth a lot of money, it's always going to be worth a lot of money. And if something isn't going to be worth a lot of money, it won't be worth it to rate it or sack it anyway. Now, here's another question. Would things like collectors, does stacking them on our not lords, but our whatchamacallums, our heroes actually work. I.e., if we put that on Jejura, will we actually get the bonus to sacking settlements for the entire army, or does it have to be on the lord? I don't know. But if anybody knows, please do let me know as well. Let's see, what else do we have here? And same thing goes for the post-battle loot. Now, we also have a Grayling Werekin here. The thing is, I'm pretty sure these guys do stack. In fact, wait, you're immortal now, aren't you? Yeah, you're immortal. But also, what do you have? You have a Mammoth Tamer, a Zerker. You know what, I think I'll do this between the episodes. There's a lot of stuff to consider here. I'll move that stuff around. And same with the skill ups, I guess. There's really no point in doing that right now. I do want to check, since you are going to have another Skinwolves unit, whether you have another Grayling Werekin on these guys. You do not. So let's put one here. And can we put one here as well? You have a... Oh, we have a Berensonling Berserker. Do you have one on this guy? No, you don't. Oh, that's not good. We need another Berserker on you. But who do we replace? Yeah, see, the thing is, Barbarian says income from post-battle loot plus 10, but it doesn't have the all units in army thing that some things do. Then again, I guess we could... This would make sense if it's casualty replenishment rate for all units as opposed to just Tavi. Do not... Oh, hello, we have another Seer as well. But no more Berensonling Berserkers, unfortunately. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to take a look at those between the episodes. Because we got to get that Seer in somewhere. And probably not on these guys, right? Because the Seers give Winds of Magic... Actually, no, it's for all armies. We should probably put it on whoever is an immortal mage. Not you. What about you? Torvaldek, you're at 18. What about Frisky? Just so I don't forget, you're also at 18. You know what? I like Frisky. Let's put it on him. He's been around for a while. Where's that Seer? Oh, he already has a... Damn it! I just played myself. And wait, Torvaldek also has a Seer. Damn, I really don't want to put it on a Hjalmar. I'm superstitious against the Hjalmars now. Because I feel like if anybody's gonna die, it's gonna be these guys, but whatever. What can you do? Go. Better than putting it on somebody who would otherwise be buffing an army. Anyway, is there anything else we need to do this turn? We're obviously basically out of time here, so I'll skip the heroes not moving and all that assigned skill points stuff. And I think we'll just head to the next turn just to see if anything fancy happens. Wait, do we need to... Okay, you're fine in Steel Tech. You... 2 more turns, you know what, you might as well use it. Man, that's expensive. Alright, you're good. You are not good. And you succeeded, good job. A successful Hjalmar, who would have thought? Okay, let's see. Spread corruption, I guess. Although, honestly, our spreading corruption efforts are basically not doing anything. Look at the comparison here. It's ridiculous. Honestly, even having that skill is probably pretty worthless. Especially against Bretonnia, it just does nothing. You have 3 turns. Yeah, you know what, we'll leave that. Although we should probably get it up there. You know what, I would like to get these guys to level 20 at least, so we might as well just keep going. Hey, we got ourselves another Seer. Okay, so that was worth it. But now we'll have to give another Seer to another Hjalmar. Okay, so wait, you're good, right? We have all the good stuff here. I guess we could just get putting points into Quell. Taint the Soil. Oh, you know what, let's get Taint the... Nah, it's probably going to be useless as well. Now that I think about it. Just because it'll never get high enough to the point where it gives us anything. Whatever. Just get that point in there. And I'll put the Seer into this Hjalmar. Wrong Hjalmar. Whoops. How about you? You already... Oh, damn. Everybody has a Seer. Okay, we're going to have to use it to... have to give the Seer to the Surtha Ek guy. Not Surtha Ek himself, but you also have a Seer. Damn it. Okay, looks like everybody has a Seer, unfortunately. So we can't get that in there. Unless Jejura... He does not, but he has stuff that levels up the army. But this is better, isn't it? Than the -1 to enemy armies leadership. Yeah, just put that in there. Fine, there you go. There you go. Okay, and we're good. This will allow us to end the turn, and then proceed to take out Fort Ostroska next turn. It'll be auto-resolvable, but we will probably end up doing that next episode. Especially if this is sackable. I don't... Oh, he's gonna run. Oh, looks like he raised dead. Looks like there's a lot more units in that army. Might get a cinematic battle out of this one. I'm not entirely sure. Are you really gonna declare war on us? No, you want a peace treaty. I wasn't even aware that we were fighting with you anymore. Just because we've been busy with the vampires. But no, we're not going to do that because we do need to defeat a few more Empire provinces for our quest. Or sack territories or defeat their armies. I don't remember what we need to do. Clan Gritus destroyed. Stronger monsters versus stronger warriors. We are currently recruiting no trolls, but we might recruit some marauders, so let's do that. Let's see, amongst the high, snowy peaks, a scouting party has uncovered a dark passage leading into the heart of the mountain. Your shamans say this is no ordinary cave, it is a gate to the void, giving direct access to chaos energies. They say they hear the gods themselves whispering from within, promising that those who dare approach may be granted new and terrible strength. You should send someone to investigate. I think we've read this one already before, because I remember, I feel like sending the trolls last time instead of the marauders. There we go. And military alliance between Carrick-Norn and Reichland. So when we declare war on Reichland again, we might have to fight Carrick-Norn if we can't ask for the attack together. Now, what do you have in terms of garrison? Yeah, this is super auto-resolvable, and honestly, this is probably auto-resolvable as well. I feel like I'd rather move it here, and then to Fort Ostrowsk, and then back to Kazad-Bord Karag afterwards. So let's do that. Yeah. We'll do the auto-resolve now, and then I think I'm going to call this episode here, as there's going to be admin stuff to do. There you go, nobody's going to die. That one was going to be a pointless fight. Oh, sacking almost 4k. Probably not worth the turn, to be honest. I'd rather get Throgg moving south faster. Sacking Sylvania is going to give us like 40 to 60k, probably. Maybe even more, who knows. It should be a rank 5 settlement by now, and it's always worth quite a lot. Or Castle Drakenhof, rather, not the province. Anyway, let's raise this for the Hound. That will get him to our first level up. Perfect. So that will definitely be worthwhile. Oh, and a Banner of Swiftness for Perfect Vigor for somebody. Does Wulfric have Perfect Vigor? I do not remember. Because if he doesn't, he has Perfect Vigor. I guess we gotta give the banner to Surtha, or we could give it to one of our heroes. Maybe Surtha for now, but then the Rampager standard gives some extra charge, and that's what we want. Alright, I'll think about that, and I will do the admin stuff, i.e. building buildings and such over and between the episodes. I'm also going to maybe assign some Gifts of the Hound to some units that can only really benefit from them. I don't know who that'll be yet. Maybe the Berserkers with Bleed. It does feel really appropriate to give them gifts. Oh, we can't even do that because it doesn't count on the turn you get it. We have to wait a couple turns. Or we have to wait until next turn at the very least. Oh, well, then we'll figure it out next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. If you have a second, please do take it to leave a like and a comment to support the channel. It really does help. As always, all glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.